a massive mandate for the people of Pakistan. The people of Pakistan have spoken, and they certainly have spoken for this one man who has scored a near century without a bat this time around, cricketer turned politician Imran Khan, former Prime Minister of Pakistan. But what's the state of affairs? How is he living? How is he in jail? And does he really get to speak to people, speak to his family members? I'm being joined by his sister, Aleema Khanum. Thank you so much for joining us here on India Today, Ms. Khanum. Let me begin with the meetings that you've had with the former prime minister, with your brother, with Imran Khan. How have the meetings been? How is he in jail? How has he been taken care of, in the sense, how difficult has the situation been for him?
Well, he's been in jail for about 6 months, and he's very well adjusted to his circumstances, and he reads a lot. Remember, he said it in the beginning that if you put somebody in jail for a crime, it must be one of the most difficult things to endure. But when you're in it for a cause, and when it is a mission, then he's adjusted himself to a routine. He reads a lot of books. He reads his Quran several times over, and he's making best use of the time in jail right now.
You've met him a few times, and you met him after the results as well. Tell us, what was the conversation with your brother? Was he happy with the result, or is he still disappointed in how the system has failed the people?
Actually, we have met him a lot of times over the past few months simply because the courts shifted themselves into the jail, and there's a community center where they set up courts. So as a result, there were a lot of lawyers coming for different cases. The judges would change. There might be sometimes 3 cases in a day. So there was always, we could sometimes be spending the whole day in the jail court, and we were able to have a lot of interaction with him.
And in the interactions, at least after the election results, how was he? How was his disposition?
Actually, before even, I must mention what was before that. Before election results, for all these months that he's been in the jail court, there was a lot of communication. Otherwise, he was in solitary confinement. And thanks to all these cases in jail, we were able to communicate with him. The lawyers were able to communicate with him. So he had a lot of interaction. But after the elections, we met him yesterday. And normally these visits are about half an hour. But I tell you, it was, I fail for words. One day, this will, mark my word, it will be written in history, in the world history. They will be studying what the phenomena that happened on 8th of February in Pakistan. And Imran Khan's face, my brother's face, we were like, my 2 sisters and myself, we were able to spend half an hour with him, and our excitement to tell him what we saw. And when we told him what we saw, I'll tell you what we saw, that we felt it was important to tell him, that because that was his day. 8th February was his day. But what we told him, and on which his expression, I wish I'd had a camera, I could have taken his picture. I told him, my sisters told him, the most exciting part, I said there were children right down to the age of 4, women and children. If we asked them at polling station, it was like a festival. And we would ask the 5-year-old, I asked a 7-year-old, I said, what are you doing here? They said, we've come to vote. So what his message has gone down to a 4-year-old. And this is absolutely historical. It's a global history in the making. We are very proud of being Pakistanis. And I think a lot of other countries will learn from it. It was very astute. People were, I think they understood what the meaning of the vote was for the first time. They understood, right. Children understood. There was no chaos on the streets. There was silent revolution. I would call it a peaceful and silent revolution, a rejection of an elite capture system. And all credit, Now I'm going to say that. And we said it to our brother. All credit goes to you that you mentored a whole youth and a nation to stand up for their rights. And that is what we saw on the 8th of February.